legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global TV News Express, President Tinubu to flag off United Nations Development Program Northwest Security Talk Shop Monday. Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria moves to sack TAOs extortionists from airports, launches task force. On the foreign scene, Israel hits United Nations Relief Aid Works Agency headquarters in Gaza City, fears of war with Hezbollah swell. In sports, Sha'Carri Richardson secures Olympic redemption with 100-meter win at US trials. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, with Uyi Agmofwebe. We'll begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu is expected to arrive Katsina tomorrow, June 24, to flag off a two-day security talk shop between the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and the Northwest Governors Forum. The president is also expected to deliver a keynote address at the Northwest Peace and Security Summit in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program, tagged Regional Cooperation for Securing Lives and Livelihoods in Northwest Nigeria. A press statement by the Chief Press Secretary to Katsina State Governor Mohammed Kaula on the itinerary of President Tinubu also stated that he will commission the ultra-modern 16-bed dialysis center, a healthcare project initiated by Governor Diko Rada at the General Hospital Amadi Rimi Specialist Hospital, Batagarawa. The federal government, under the administration of President Bola Tinubu, has disbursed more than 14 billion naira for the repair and maintenance of the presidential air fleet in 11 months. The payments made in 11 tranches between 16th July last year and 25th of May this year. This new development comes amidst plans by the National Assembly to approve the purchase of 2 new aircraft after it was discovered that the president's 19-year-old Boeing 737 and some of the other aircraft in the fleet are dysfunctional. The House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence had listed the purchase in its technical subcommittee report, which some experts estimates indicated may cost over 918 billion naira. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Abia State University Uturu chapter, has said its members have not been paid their April and May 2024 salaries. However, the state government had announced that it paid the lecturers. Senior Special Assistant to Governor Alex Oti on Public Communication, Dodo Okafor, stated that funds have been made available for the payment of outstanding salaries and attributed any delay to technical difficulties due to the migration of the institution to the Treasury Single Account Framework, noting that some workers have started receiving their salaries for the month of April and May. The Defense Headquarters says operational adjustments have been made by the military to prioritize protection of farmers to ensure a successful rainy season farming across the country. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, made this known while giving updates on the operations of the armed forces in Abuja. Buba noted that the operations were part of efforts to address the security challenges that prevented farmers from going to the farms and resulted in high cost of food in the country. The Nigerian Air Force has commenced investigation into the death of a 15-year-old student of Air Force Comprehensive School, Kaduna, identified as Blaise Felix Aliu. A statement issued by the Air Force spokesman, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gaboy, stated that Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bubakar, and Air Force family are saddened by the painful and unfortunate incident of the untimely death of the students. Amid the controversy that has trailed the Kano Emirate tussle, Kano State government has earmarked the sum of 99.9 million naira for the renovation of Nasarawa Mini Palace, where the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, currently resides. The State Commissioner of Information, Halilu Dantiye, made the statement while briefing newsmen on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting chaired by Governor Abba Yusuf. Dantiye said the sum was for renovation of the defective wall or fence and surroundings at the Nasarawa Emir's Palace. The managing director of the Airports Authority of Nigeria, Olubunmi Kuku, has taken a decisive step towards eliminating touting, extortion, and illicit activities at the airports by establishing a dedicated task force to monitor activities at the airports managed by the agency. To spearhead this initiative is the Director of Special Duties at the authority, Henry Agbebire, has been appointed as the chairman of the task force. Kuku has also declared her intention to personally engage with all government agencies operating at the airports to ensure compliance with the anti-touting and anti-extortion measures. Kuki announced plans to establish magistrate courts at international airports to expedite the legal process of prosecuting offenders. The task force has been mandated to enforce discipline among airport staff and maintain a culture of professionalism at all levels. As we turn to other stories now, Katsina State's Contributory Healthcare Management Agency has won the esteemed Best State Health Insurance Agency of the year 2024 award at the National Healthcare Excellence Awards event held in Lagos. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, the victory was highlighted as Katsina State's second consecutive win following their previous triumph 2 years ago. The federal government has advised Nigerians to imbibe good personal and environmental hygiene to curb the spread of cholera in the country. Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Environment, Mahmood Kambari, said this at an event to commemorate the 2024 National Environmental Sanitation Day in Piwoyi, a suburb community in the Federal Capital Territory. The National Environmental Sanitation Day is held on June 28 yearly to commemorate adequate awareness of the significance of personal and environmental hygiene among Nigerians. Kambari said the purpose is to create awareness among the Nigerian populace on the importance of sanitation practices as a veritable means of controlling and preventing communicable diseases. Director General of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, Adewale Oyerinde, has encouraged the federal government to adopt alternative policies to foster growth and development in the private sector. The Director General of the association also noted that new reforms of government are impacting national life differently, stating that the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association aims to facilitate opportunities for government interaction with organized businesses and its reforms, stating that the summit focuses on connecting the reforms with the private sector rather than scrutinizing them. There has been a fire incident at Christ Embassy Church located in Oregun, Lagos, headed by Pastor Chris Oyakilome. The fire, which reportedly broke out in the early hours of the day, has caused significant damage to the church property, sending shockwaves throughout the community and beyond.
This is Christ Embassy, Oregun. As you can see, ṣé kò sáwọn èèyàn ní church? Ṣé people no dey inside church, ṣá?
The Director General of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, has however stated that the fire has been brought under control. And that's some good news there. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has sent a complaint to the World Bank Inspection Panel urging it to probe allegations of corruption in the spending of the loans and other funding facilities obtained by the federal government and Nigeria's 30 state governors, and to review the implementation of all bank-funded projects by successive governments since 1999. SERAP urged the inspection panel to determine the extent to which bank management has followed or is following the World Bank's operational policies and procedures applicable to the design, appraisal, and implementation of all bank finance projects in Nigeria. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufrank has hosted representatives from the International Finance Corporation (IFC) of the World Bank Group in a bid to attract investment aimed at revitalizing the state's industrial sector. The meeting was led by Dan Croft, Regional Industry Manager of Infrastructure in Central Africa and Anglophone West Africa. In a statement by spokesman Gyang Bere, emphasized the need for partnerships to revive several legacy projects that have been abandoned in the state in order to put them to productive use for the benefit of people of the state. He called for investments in the power sector, agricultural value chain, storage, irrigation systems, the revitalization of Jos Wildlife Park to boost tourism and generate revenue, and the reconstruction of Jos Abattoir for meat processing and export. You're watching News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. When the news returns, Security and Exchange Commission directs fund managers to declare Heritage Bank investments. These and other stories we'll bring to you shortly after this break. We urge you to stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you a live broadcast of News Express with Uyi Agmofwebe. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has headed to Washington to discuss the next phase of the Gaza war and escalating hostilities on the border with Lebanon, where exchanges of fire with Hezbollah have stoked fears of wider conflicts. In the meantime, Israeli fighter jets have targeted a place very close to the gate of United Nations Relief and Works Agency's main headquarters in Gaza City. Earlier in the war, the Israeli military stormed these headquarters, even setting the building on fire. After Israeli forces had withdrawn, the building was turned into an aid warehouse where families used to wait for long hours in order to get parcels of food. Today it has been targeted again. Casualties are still being reported, and to say they're working on verifying more information about these developments. And now let's look at business. The repeated slump in Nigeria's monthly oil inputs since January 2024 has resulted in a revenue loss of about 636.3 billion naira. Oil production data from a federal government agency indicated that Nigeria produced 1.43 million barrels of crude in January this year, but this nosedived to 1.25 million barrels per day in May. Figures obtained from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission show that while the total volume of crude produced in January was 44.22 million barrels, it dropped to 38.8 million barrels in May. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has instructed all Nigerian fund managers to provide detailed information regarding their exposure to the recently liquidated Heritage Bank. The head of the monitoring department of the Commission, Tafa Makir, stated in a signed circular to the President of the Fund Managers Association of Nigeria, dated June 14, 2024, that the Commission demanded comprehensive data on fund managers' investments in Heritage Bank to be submitted by June 30, 2024 via email. It noted that the SEC was particularly concerned about the potential impact of the capital markets and sought to understand the extent of proprietary and client funds tied to the bank. On entertainment, Big Brother Niger star Adekunle Olokbade has confirmed his breakup with Venita Akpofure, his former partner from the All Stars edition. In an interview, Adekunle described their relationship in the house as real, but declined to use the word love, implying a deep connection, but not necessarily romance. And now time for some excitement from the world of sports. World 100-meter champion Sha'Carri Richardson has earned a chance for Olympic redemption after winning the 100 at the U.S. Athletics Trials, booking her ticket to the Paris Games. 3 years after a positive marijuana test saw her kicked off the U.S. team for the Tokyo Olympics, Richardson captured the women's 100 final in 10.71 seconds, with Melissa Jefferson second in 10.80 and Twanisha Terry third in 10.89. The groups for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2024 have been unveiled in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. This marks the first time the Dominican Republic will host a FIFA tournament set to take place from October 16 to November 3, 2024. The Flamingos are drawn with the host nation, while Kenya and Zambia are in Group C and D respectively. As we end News Express here on Global Television, let's bring you a recap of our top stories. President Tinubu is expected to flag off United Nations Development Program and Northwest Security Talk Shop tomorrow. A Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has moved to sack touts extortionists from airports, launches task force. On the foreign scene, Israel has hit United Nations Relief and Works Agency headquarters in Gaza City with fears of war with Hezbollah now swelling. And finally, in sport, we told you Sha'Carri Richardson has secured Olympic redemption with 100-meter win at U.S. trials. And that's all we have for you on News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Global Television. Remember, we're on Star Times, channel 276, and we urge you to kindly follow us on all social media platforms using that Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Muyi Agumofwegbe. Thank you especially for watching. I'll see you again.